Hello everybody and welcome to our See the World Through Reading programme. Roald Dahl was a spy, ace fighter pilot, chocolate historian and medical inventor. So a historian is someone who studies history, and history are things that happened in the past. We also have the word inventor. An inventor is someone who produces sort of new things, products or maybe services through their experimentation or through their imagination. They create new things for us to use. This is Mr. Bucket. This is Mrs. Bucket. Mr. and Mrs. Bucket have a small boy whose name is Charlie Bucket. So here we have Charlie. This is Charlie. How'd you do? And how'd you do? And how'd you do again? He is pleased to meet you. Here I've just highlighted. Just wondering if we all know who is speaking here. Who is asking how do you do? It's Charlie. So we can tell that this is written in a way that he would speak. It's not like the rest of the language.
You can say that again, said Mrs. Gloop. Go straight to the fudge room, Mr. Wonka said to the Oompa Loompa. And when you get there, take a long stick and start poking around inside the big chocolate mixing barrel. I'm almost certain you'll find him in there, but you'd better look sharp. You'll have to hurry. If you leave him in the chocolate mixing barrel too long, he's liable to get poured out into the fudge boiler, and that really would be a disaster, wouldn't it? My fudge would become quite uneatable. So when Mr. Wonka says he's liable to get poured out into the fudge boiler, he means there's a risk, it's possible that Augustus is going to be poured out of the barrel and into a boiler, because liable just means he's at risk. He might be, that might happen to him now. And a boiler, you might not know the word boiler, but we have them in our houses, and they heat up the house in the winter when it's cold. It's just like a big metal tank usually, and often they have hot water in them, and they also make the water hot in the bathroom and the kitchen. So yeah, we don't want Augustus to get boiled. That wouldn't be good. But Mr. Wonka says, my fudge would become quite uneatable, so it would taste rubbish. Mrs. Gloop let out a shriek of fury. So in case you don't know, shriek is a scream, and fury means anger. She's so cross with Mr. Wonka.
Chapter 1. First Catch Your Dragon. Long ago, on the wild and windy Isle of Berk, a small-ish Viking with a long-ish name stood up to his ankles in snow. Hiccup Horrendous Haddock III, the hope and heir to the tribe of the hairy hooligans, had been feeling slightly sick ever since he woke up that morning. Did anybody notice how many letter H's there were there? There were so many letter H's, and that's called alliteration, when an author keeps repeating the same letter over and over again. Hiccup Horrendous Haddock III, the hope and heir to the tribe of the hairy hooligans, wiped his nose miserably on his sleeve. He sank a little deeper into the snow.
So the first word was humming, okay? So who knows what humming means?
I think it means to search for something.
Oh, you think it means to search? Not quite, but good guess. And it's a type of sound that you make.
Like making the sound hum. Like
Okay, let's maybe do one more song so we can all remember what humming means. Who wants to hum another song?
What is it? I guess it's Let It Go. Yes, you're right.
Hey, well done. That's the end of the story. What do we think of that?
I think the ending was very good because if they keep waiting over there, and then if Mr. Fox can go to another place, dig over this hill and dig to another hill. And the red drank all the cider and Mrs. B found it and poisoned it.
But how did we find writing book reviews?
I think writing books was very fun because you have lots of ideas. Actually, I don't think writing a book review is not
I think writing a book review is a little bit boring because I do like to listen to the story, but I really don't like to write.
Okay, you don't like writing. Well, isn't it fun though to share your opinion on a story?
Yes, but sometimes I don't know what to write.
Reoccurring problem seems we don't know what to write. Okay, well, if I asked you questions in class, who is your favourite character? What did we think of the ending? Do you recommend this to a reader? I think you all have lots of ideas. So would you recommend this book to a friend and why?
I will recommend Fantastic Mr. Fox to other people because it's a very interesting.
Let me keep asking why. Why is it interesting?
Because you always will want to know what is happening next.
Good. Okay, so it makes you want to keep reading and know what happens next. Good.
I will recommend this book to the other people because if you one day can read the whole Mr. Fox book and then you can read Harry Potter and then you can read lots of other things else.
Okay, so you can read lots of other books. The more you practice your reading, the more books are available to you. Books don't run out, do they? You can keep reading more and more books. Well, I'm going to announce, okay, the winners of the book review competition. And after I announce them, I want us to discuss a alternative ending or a new ending to the book. I'm going to announce first place now. Okay, drum roll. First place book review goes to Anthony. Okay, well done, Anthony. Anthony gave comments on how the book was written. Okay, so he said so he liked that it used things like onomatopoeia and alliteration and ellipses. So these are all literary techniques, but he thinks to improve they could have had sort of more exciting punctuation. So I thought that was taking the conversation to a higher level than just talking about what happened, but also talking about how it's written. So well done, Anthony, for that.